Hi guys, it's Miss Jillian. We're just going to do some basic barre today. Just get back in with our technique, learning the right way to do everything. Should be probably like 20-30 minutes for the whole thing, both sides. So just a nice little way to get a study break and stay on top of everything. So we're going to start with plies. Very simple combination. Just going to do demi, straight, grand, port de bras, lift, releve, balance, through second, fourth, fifth. Couple notes about plies. A lot of times with the demi, it tends to just be like a little baby bend in the legs, but really it should be as far down as you can bend before your heels lift. So it shouldn't just be a little half, it should go all the way. Plies are slow for a reason. You should really be working through that whole position. And the grand plie comes through demi first, and then your heels lift. You shouldn't be sitting down here on your legs, it should still be lifted. And second, obviously the heels lifting doesn't apply, but you should really still be working through squeezing those inner thighs as you come together. Just really allow it to get deep. As far as port de bras, it's really easy when you port de bras forward to kick your hips back and to do one of these. Now if you notice, all my weight is in my heels. I can lift my toes up. What we want is our heels to not hold the weight. So what I do when I port de bras forward is let my heels hover a little bit, and it keeps me way forward so that I can't kick my hips back. Another good way to try is sitting up against a wall and stretching forward, and you'll feel like you're falling forward, but your hips will be in line with your feet, and that's what you want. So we're just gonna get rolling with the plies. Demi, straight, demi, straight, grand, port de bras forward, lift, releve, balance, second, demi, grand, cambre, balance, fourth, demi, grand, cambre away, releve, fifth position, demi, demi, grand, back, susu, tendu, close first. I always like to end how I begin, so tendu back to first if I started in first, things like that. Okay, tendu's from first. It's going to be tendu, close plie, tendu, close plie, tendu, turn in, turn out, close. We're going to do that on qua, and then tendu, close plie, tendu, close plie, tendu, flex, point, close. Do that on qua. Some things to look for when you're doing the turn in, turn out. That turn out again should really come from underneath your hip, heel forward, and then when you close, pull your toes back. Really work that turn out. And then with the flex to the point, I want to work through that demi before, in between the point and the flex. As always, your tendu should be working through the floor. They should be straight, they should be pointy. They're not speedy, so just take your time and really work through your foot, work through your leg. Tendu, plie, tendu, turn in, turn out, close. Tendu, plie, tendu, plie, tendu, turn in, turn out, close. Back, plie, back, plie, back. Turn in, turn out, close. Side, plie, side, plie, side, in, out, close. 1, plie, 2, plie, tendu, flex, point, close. Tendu, plie, tendu, plie, tendu, flex, point, close, tendu, plie, tendu, plie, tendu, flex, point, close, side, plie, side, plie, side, flex, point, close, little balance. Good. So I'm just going to switch sides so I'm not doing everything on the right. Okay, tendus from 5th, and I'll be slow, 2, and quick, 2, 3, hold. Slow, 2, and first, 5th, hold, back, 2, and 1, 2, 3, hold, side, 2, and first, 5th. They're not speedy again. Still working through with the 5th position. It's even more important to worry about getting that heel down, toes back, finding that 5th position between every tendu. It's not quick, so we should be able to get there, but that's really the emphasis, especially on the slow. So. One, 2, quick, 2, 3, hold. Side, back, side, close front, side, first, 5th, back. 1, 2, 3, hold. Side, side. You can repeat it, or you can switch and do the other side. Not a terribly difficult combination, but it's just important for working on your technique. Another thing that I love to do, just getting back into my technique, is dégagés facing the bar. Very basic combination. It'll be 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So you're switching sides between each set. It's really important to stay super lifted, and then anticipate that you're going to have to switch your weight on that last close. And come to this side so that you're not teeter-tottering between your weight changes, and you're staying nice and tall, and your hips are still, and it makes it easier too. Makes it easier to move your leg out from under you. the more lifted that you are. Don't grip the bar or the chair in this case. You should not be moving it. It should not be rocking with you. You should be resting right on top. A lot of times, once the thumb falls below, especially on a ballet bar, it's easy to just grip. So just keep your thumbs on top. That'll be the best trick for you. So we're gonna do 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. It'll be about 30 seconds of dégagés. So at home, you can do it as many times as you want. You can mix in some relevés too. So we'll do the whole combination. Maybe plie, relevé, or straight relevés, or one-footed, switch it up. Just in your everyday life, 20 seconds of hand washing could be a relevé balance, could be 10 first position relevés if you really want to test your balance. Brushing your teeth, it's a great time, hang onto the counter, do some 1 foot relevés, hold, just really good strengthening and just easy ways to condition. So I'm actually going to face back with my bar for this combination for you. That's me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. 32 seconds of the music. So really, really easy to fit in anywhere. Just waiting at the counter. Practice it without the bar. Really good. Just keep up on your technique for your dégagés. All right, we're gonna do some rond de jambe. So it'll be 2 on plie, 4 out terre, 3, 4, grand, do, reverse it en dedans. We'll do port de bras around both ways, and a passe balance. Some things with rond de jambes. On this plie, sometimes the arm, the shoulder, the whole port de bras makes it look a little bit more dramatic, but we're not kicking our hip out, we're not making anything crooked. Still straight down, but it can look a little bit fancier with the head, the arm, and everything like that. But make sure that our hips are square. Rond de jambe is always about connecting the dots, whether it's on plie, à terre straight, or en l'air, we're hitting front, side, back. Every position should be seen, but it's a more fluid motion now that we've learned them and have made them a little bit fancier. So keep that en l'air. It's really important to keep this hip down, especially between the back and the side. When you're coming from the back around to the side, you don't want to see this. You want to tuck that under so you can keep carrying it. It's hard to focus on that. If your leg's not at 90 degrees, it's okay. Just focus on keeping the hip turned out all the way around and keeping your hips nice and square. As far as the passe balance, I kind of like to pretend like I'm sitting in it, and it locks that in for me with my square hips. My pinky is glued to that sweet spot in your knee, and then you can just really focus on the balance. Once this whole lower position is solid, then the balance really becomes the focus. So let's try that. Plie, plie, 1, 2, 3, 4, grand, hold, plie. hip under, up, let go, port de bras. Reverse. Plie, passe, lock in, one thing that I forgot to mention is how important it is to come through first position. You hit that back, you pull through heel first. Or you're coming en dedans, you hit that front, toes back. Coming through that first position is like home base for rond de jambe. It's how you can switch up what you're doing mid-combination, but it's also just really important for the technique of what a rond de jambe is supposed to be. So keep that in mind. We are going to do fondue. So it'll be fondue to fait, fondue to tendu, fondue, développé, tendu, close. It's a very important distinction between fondue and développé. A lot of times in fondue combinations like this, they are intermixed, but they are two distinct steps. So the fondue is to melt. So it's this, one leg is on plie, one leg is in coupe. If I were to go straight from a fondue to a 90-degree extension, it would come straight out. The développé draws up through passe, then extends out. If you do a fondue développé, you fondue, and then you draw up through passe and extend. So that's what we're doing in this combination. I want to see the passe. I want to see this leg straight before this all extends out, rather than extending it once. So just make sure you know the difference between a fondue and a développé, even though they tend to be thrown in together. And then after, we'll go croisé to the barre, arabesque, and we just balance in second. Fondue, fait, fondue, tendu, fondue, développé, tendu, close, fondue, fait, fondue, tendu, fondue, développé, tendu, close, fondue, fait, fondue, tendu, fondue, développé, fait, tendu, fondue, développé, croisé, obviously you can hold that balance longer than I did. I just wanted to run through the difference between coupe devant and coupe derrière before I forget. So coupe devant, which is how you're doing your fondue, to the front and the first time to the side, is pinky toe attached to the front of the standing leg, ankle. Your heel is pushed forward. It's very pointy and very beautiful. The coupe derrière is the exact same foot, but now the inside of the heel is glued to the back of the standing leg ankle. So in this, you really want to focus on extending those toes behind you and keeping that line of the ankle intact. The devant, derrière will be for the back, and the second time to the side. So just so we know that. Last but not least, we'll do some grand battements. So with this, it's a very simple combination. It'll be 3 and a passe, en croix. You can switch and do the other side right away. One thing with grand mamas that is really common is gripping. So you really bear down on the quad and try to lift your leg to this beautiful, effortless batma, and it's really hard, and you can also really hurt yourself. So instead, you want to push from underneath as well as you can. I even like to just do the motion down the back of my leg, and it just helps facilitate the brush up. It's a big brush, that's what grand batma means. So we're really going to work on that rather than lifting it. So that's the last thing. One, two, three, passe. 1, 2, 3, passe. Back. 2, 3, passe. Side. 2, 3, passe. Soutenu. And go right into the other side. Well, that is all for our basic barre class today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Miss Patty, any of the other teachers. We're so happy to help. Anything that we can do to keep you dancing at home is what we want. I'm gonna link the music in the YouTube description. It's just a playlist on my Spotify. You can find it, but really use any music that you want. And happy dancing. I hope to see you guys soon.